Great. Hello, everyone. And this session on personalizing student feedback will be led by Dr. Tolu Noah from Cal State Long Beach, where she works as an instructional learning spaces coordinator, but wears many other hats like many of us do. So I will hand over the reins to you, Dr. Noah.
Great. Thank you, Kevin. Welcome, everyone. This segment is all going to be about personalizing student feedback. And just to kind of give an overview where we're headed during this time, we'll begin by exploring the role of feedback, some limitations with feedback, one strategy that you can use for personalizing student feedback, and then we'll also discuss some additional ideas and resources. And my main outcome is that you'll be able to identify a personalization strategy that you can use for providing students with valuable feedback. And we're going to start off with a waterfall chat just to get us moving. The way this works, if you haven't done one before, is I will pose a question to you all, and you're just going to type your answer in the chat box, but you will not press send, return, or enter quite yet. So just type your response, let it sit for a moment, and then on the count of 3, everyone will press return or enter at the same time. And that way it kind of gives everyone think time, which is an equitable strategy, and it also allows us to kind of view all of the responses at once. So here's my question for you. Why does feedback matter? So go ahead and take about 15 to 30 seconds to think about that question, type your response in the chat box, but once again, do not submit it quite yet. Just let it sit there for a bit. All right, and on the count of 3, we'll all press return or enter. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got a nice waterfall going here. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top, and I'm seeing a lot of great responses. So it tells us about what people think, is learning taking place, guided growth opportunities, akin to being in a game. You don't know how well you're playing if you don't know the rules of the game. Love that. Formative feedback shows how effective your teaching is for continuous improvement. And I encourage you to go back through the chat and look at all of the other great responses, but I can see we're pretty much all on the same page, that feedback is an essential part of the teaching and learning process. So it's going to help students know if they're on the right track towards our learning goals. It helps us identify those areas of misunderstanding and misconceptions so that we can address them. And it also helps us reflect on our own teaching, right? So I can look at student work and know, okay, did I teach this well? Or maybe there are some areas I could have done a little bit better. But feedback is also an equity issue, right? We want to make sure that all students receive meaningful feedback on a regular basis so that they can succeed academically. And that's what we're going to be really focusing on today. Now, our common feedback methods in high ed tend to be in the form of handwritten or typed text, right? So if I have a stack of papers, I might write comments in the margins of a paper, or type comments on a Google Doc, or enter comments on my LMS like Canvas. However, one of the limitations with text-based feedback is that it can be really hard to convey meaning and tone. So just to personalize this a bit, I'm going to describe a scenario, and I'd like you to just think to yourself if this is something you can relate to. Let's say you receive a text message from a friend, a family member, or a significant other, and it simply says, "We need to talk." Now, the moment you receive this text, you can feel your heart starting to race. You might even reread the message, scrutinizing each part, and start thinking to yourself, is this good or bad? What do we need to talk about? Am I in trouble? Did I do something wrong? So all of these emotions are starting to flood your system. And then as the conversation continues, you realize that you totally misunderstood. You read too much into the text and made too many faulty assumptions. The person who texted you just wanted to talk about vacation plans. Now, how many of you can relate? You've been in that situation where you've received the text, you've read too much into it, or made some faulty assumptions. Feel free to either share with a Zoom reaction, or you can put a BTDT, which stands for been there, done that, in the chat. Okay, and I'm seeing hands raised, I'm seeing some BTDTs coming up in the chat. And I share the scenario because this is really common in terms of what students' experiences are with feedback as well. So when students often read text-based feedback, sometimes the voice they hear in their heads is not exactly the voice that we want them to hear, right? So they may hear a voice that sounds cold, critical, judgmental, or unsupportive, even though that's not our intention when we're writing or typing our feedback. And also sometimes students may read our comments, but they may not know exactly what they mean, how to actually correct it, or what the next steps might be. I also think about our multilingual learners who may have difficulty with comprehending specific terminology that we might use in our typed or handwritten feedback. And so this all leads to this bigger question of how can we really personalize our feedback so that students better understand their strengths and areas for growth, and so that they're receiving meaningful feedback that they can use to improve. And so just one simple strategy I'm going to share today is providing screen recorded feedback. So you can simply open up a student's assignment on your computer or tablet and record your screen as you talk through your feedback. And here on the screen, you can see a pre-recording I did where I am using Loom to give student feedback on this assignment. So this addresses the personalization factor we discussed earlier, because students will be able to hear your voice and tone and know that you're providing feedback from a place of support and care, not from a judgmental place. And it also addresses the issue of students not being able to fully understand what your feedback means, right? Because I can actually point to specific parts and explain them. I can talk about how this part maybe could be moved over here to provide better connections between ideas. So you're able to really provide more robust feedback when it's in a screen recorded fashion, and overall just humanize the feedback process. Now, there are many different tools that you can use for screen recording. If you have a MacBook, screen recording is built into your device, so you can use the QuickTime app to be able to record your screen. There are also a lot of free web-based tools that you can use for recording your screen. Two of my personal favorites are Loom and Flipgrid. So Loom is what I used on that previous slide. Flipgrid also has a screen recorder built into it if you haven't used that before. And then there are other tools like Screencastify and Screencast-O-Matic that you can use as well. And then if you have a tablet, you can level up by using the built-in screen recorder on an iPad to be able to provide feedback as well. And so what I wanted to do was just quickly demo how, if you're using an iPad, this can be helpful. Just to provide a little bit of context, at CSULB, we have mobile teaching kits that faculty can check out. They include an iPad Air and an Apple Pencil. And so one of my main roles at CSULB has been doing a lot of faculty development around how can you leverage the iPad for teaching and learning and really take your game up? Because oftentimes people are used to using it for going on the internet and checking their email, but there's so much power you can unleash when you use the device well. So I'll just quickly demo two quick ways that you can use screen recorded feedback on the iPad. So I'm going to go onto my homepage. And I'm going to open up the Files app where I have a sample paper saved. So this is just opening up a PDF document on my iPad. And one of the reasons why I love using the iPad for providing feedback is because I can mark up my work as I go. So I can tap on this little marker icon in the top right corner, and this brings up some annotation tools. And then to screen record, all I would do is swipe down from the top right corner of the screen. The screen recording icon looks like a circle within a circle. And I would simply tap on that to begin recording. Now, since I'm currently mirroring my iPad, I can't actually demo that part live, but let's pretend I've tapped on the button and now the iPad is recording my screen. I would be able to come to the student's paper, mark up my annotations, highlight parts that I want to really focus on, and all of this would be captured in the screen recording, my voice along with the markings that I'm making on the page. And if I want to level this up further, I can use a feature on the iPad called Split View, where you can look at, basically work in two different apps at the same time to add image of my face to this too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tap on the three dots at the top of this file. And I'm going to split view this with the Notes app. I'll create a new note and open up the camera here. And I'm going to switch the camera direction. So now you can see that half of my screen is the student's paper, half of the screen is me. Once again, I would swipe down from the top right corner, tap on that screen recording button, and now I can talk to the student as I'm still highlighting and marking up things on the left. And this file would be saved to your iPad's photo library. It could easily be uploaded to Canvas or YouTube or anywhere else that you'd like, as another way of, once again, personalizing student feedback. So those are just a few ways that you can use screen recording to be able to provide personalized feedback. Once again, if you don't have an iPad, there are plenty of web-based tools that you can use for that purpose. And I just want to quickly share some other ideas that may be helpful. So you can mark up course-related photos as you explain them. So if you're a professor from the sciences or health professions, you can use that to actually point out information. You could also mark up an article as you model a reading, note-taking, or citation strategy. You can show students how to navigate an LMS or another website in Safari. Create micro lectures. So in the Notes app, you have those same annotation tools. So I could actually use that as a digital whiteboard to do, a mini lecture. You can provide context about a location by screen recording other apps like the Maps app. You can use that to provide a flyover tour. And you can assess student learning by having them create screen recordings as they're explaining course concepts or explaining what they did. So that can be just another way to level up the assessment game. And if you're interested in exploring more about what screen recording would look like on the iPad, I've actually made a one-pager, and I'll post the link to this in the chat right now. Just like so. So this one-pager has a step-by-step directions for setting up screen recording on an iPad, how to record, edit, and share them. So if you're interested in exploring that more, you can do that. Or you can scan the QR code that you see there on the screen to be able to access that as well. So just want to say thank you. I sped through because I want to honor your time. I know we're kind of at the end of the hour, but I'll hang out in case there's any questions. And also please feel free to email me at tolu.noah@csulb.edu, or you can connect with me on Twitter at Dr. Tolu Noah. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Noah. And we do have a couple more minutes, even though we've reached time. We want to make sure we give you the full amount. So folks who have...
okay, sorry, I like sped through that. I was like, oh no, we're at the top of the hour.
No worries. Well, again, there's so much great sharing, and the transitions between speakers means sometimes we bleed a little bit past the half-hour mark. So if anyone has questions, please do ask them. I did see comments about other tools, Zoom, GoReact. So apply these concepts using the tools that your campus uses and supports. I made one quick comment about accessibility. So when you use that video, make sure you describe out loud the annotations that you make so that students who might have vision impairments or other accessibility accommodation needs will know what you've done. So basically you're providing the information in multiple formats. I see more Camtasia, Snagit, Panopto, other options for recording. So we'll make sure we capture all the ideas in the chat and put them together in the chat summary at the end of the session. But thank you so much, Dr. Noah. Fantastic ideas. I'm looking forward to giving video-based feedback to my students as well.